Hi everybody, this is Katie. Welcome to the final island tour for Botanical Garden Getaway. I'm really excited to show you guys how this looks both during the day and at night, and at the end I'm going to show you a few of my favorite clips. As we get ready to land here, you'll see as we come in over the tropical area, I really like the way that the flyover looks with the water up in that area. Pretty good. Here's my little girl, Katie, and she is going to tour us on a little bit of the beach area at the front. This is set up to be like a tropical resort, so that as you're walking through, you can see a lot of the villagers that I have put into this island were there both because I liked them and they were tropical and cute, but especially because their houses fit the aesthetic that I was going for. So you can see past the shopping area, we have Apple's house down here with the beautiful pink. And this is Marina's house, which of course perfectly fits into the tropical vibe. And then up from that area here, we have Lily, who's hanging out there in the sand, and Audie's house, both just those perfect pastel blue, brown, cream, pink, and yellow tones that I was looking for on my island. As you see, there's a bridge over here that we'll get to later. That is as we get ready to go through the Botanical Garden exhibit after we're done touring a little bit of this tropical area. So here is my main house, and down from that here we have June and Alice, whose houses are perfect little beach bungalows. I knew right away I was going to get them and put their houses together. And then down the beach a little bit, it's just very simple, very tropical, and the kind of space where you would come down with your family and hang out and build a sandcastle. Out here on the beach, there's a little spot to sit and relax, and I use that little cart with the coconut drinks so that you can see just the perfect little place to rejuvenate. And then up from that behind my house is Freckles' house and Norma. And they're just kind of tucked back in behind me because that's where there was space. So again, you can see just little sitting spaces here and there. Once we get done, I want to show you, this is my house, only has one room, and so I didn't do a speed build on it. You'll see it's a very simple little kind of rattan thatch, bungalow style vacation home, the kind of place where you would just come and unpack and unwind and enjoy this kind of tropical resort. After we check out the house here, we are going to do our first lap. There are 2 rings that go around the island. Here is the entrance to the Botanical Garden. One ring goes up past resident services, and then the other ring goes all the way around. Here on the island, you can see me, then there's Filbert, Apple, Audie, Norma, Freckles, Lily, Alice, June, Flora, and Marina. Both Filbert and Flora are in themed areas of the island, and we've already seen the others. We're going to do that first little loop up by resident services and the museum, and then everything else is on a loop of its own, so there's only 2 paths to take. Hey Freckles! Freckles is my #1 favorite villager on this island, so we'll just stop to say hi real quick. All right, through the entrance to the Botanical Gardens, we're going to come through what was the very first area that we designed on this island. And the theme here is a little bit of a cafe marketplace style. You'll see I just tapped on that little tiny mailbox or the tiny library, and that's because I use that tiny library throughout the entire place to represent a little pamphlet or a flyer box where you would stop and collect information about the island. And so I've used them in a few places. You can see the flag. I've got Leaf visiting today. Flora, Marina, she sings in resident services on a regular basis. It's very cute. So here's the first little ring that we've just finished, but I'm gonna go ahead and run back to the entrance again so that we can do the main exhibit of the botanical gardens. So that area was a little bit more like the community area. And here we have our first themed garden area. This is the Zen garden area. You can obviously see the red and green tones in here and mostly the black and red flowers. I created a water element over there so it had a peaceful place to sit and look both at the statue and the water. There's a lot of really good statues tucked throughout in here. And then of course the beautiful building that we have from Gulliver right there on the beach. Definitely a centerpiece. And there's another little tiny library. Pick up the map if we hadn't already. And then the second themed area that we're back in is obviously a little bit of a kiddie park carnival area. This place is meant to be the type of space that you would come with your little kids and put a quarter in the slot so that they could spin around or ride on a ride. They could get their face painted or get some cotton candy or play in the park while the parents sit and talk and watch. That's the type of area. And because Filbert is so perfect for the kiddie area, that's why his house is there. This third area is the fantasy garden. It is purple and blue colored with all of the really fantastic, sort of mushroomy. Also, we got the little gnomes tucked in there. It looks very different at nighttime, but you can see I'm using very unique lighting with the mushroom lamps and the hyacinth lamps. And we created a centerpiece with the moon in the middle of the flowers. It also is the area that has the coveted blue roses that are so hard to make. I made all my hybrid flowers the hard way, so I'm very proud of them. This area is our cheerful little cottagecore garden space. There's a little beehive place in back. This is one of my favorite spots on the island. Out here, there's just a very simple little bench and candle for enjoying the secret beach. And then down as you go further, there's a little swing here that I put some books and stuff by so that it would be a really nice place to sit and read and enjoy the garden. And then down in here we have the pumpkins. They both fit that cottagecore vibe, but are also the only actual produce that we have that we can grow on our island so far. I love that yellow birdhouse. The color on it is so perfect for that area. In this next area, this is called the Ocean Life area. I'm using all the fish models in place here so that it is a little bit of a museum style. You'll see, in addition to the flowers, you can stop and read about the different ocean life that are found in those statues. And I think that's the kind of thing that would be really neat to see in a garden area. And as you kind of come to this rock over here, we have the lighthouse and some of the shark models. And Alice is my second favorite villager on the island. It's fun to see the villagers out this far in the garden. They don't wander out this way very often. The next area that we're coming into is the Euro Classic Garden. And this is my little beach spa garden. You can see I've got the cypress bathtubs up on the rocks and kind of tiered through in here. And I'm using a lot of the Celeste items. This was by far the most expensive area and the longest to gather supplies for. It was a lot of stars and a lot of gold and resources that I needed so that I could put the items together for this area on the island. But I love the way that it came out. It definitely looks regal and the way that I imagined it. Next up here is the butterfly garden. We've got that big Alexandra birdwing model. It has information about the butterflies on the little simple panels behind it. Lots of bright orange and yellow flowers in here with all the butterfly models. And the butterflies actually fly in around that valley a lot, which is fun. Up next is the cherry blossom area. It's up a little higher, which I thought was kind of fun, and has some really pretty places to sit and enjoy yourself. There's also the little petals. I have to walk through them because I love the way that they fly up. And then the beautiful statue, a nice centerpiece, very regal up here in the cherry blossom park. Down from here, we've got what I call the picnic park, and it's very much a community park area. There is a little camping spot up here on the cliff that's part of it, and then really cool areas down below, the type of spaces that you would come and have a picnic or bring your family and enjoy a day at the beach. Tucked back in, you can see there's a book just ready to sit and read, little picnic baskets ready to go. Down here on the rock, they have the glorious picnic there, as well as the telescopes to look out at the ocean. And then back in the main area of this particular theme, we have the chess game that's sitting on the table. And I just imagine it's the kind of place that families or communities would come and hang out together. Another little tiny library. They're just tucked. This is the Mermaid Cove theme. Most of it is on the beach, and it includes the dock. I really love the way that the custom pattern worked out on the dock. I wasn't sure if it would work or not, but it is very bright, and this area is beautiful during the day, but it really shines at night. So think about how it looks now, and then watch out for the difference. I'm leaving the bottle there because I think having a bottle in the mermaid area sounds perfect. Don't worry, I'll pick it up later. The very last area is our flamingo pond. This is Flora's house down here, and her area is filled with all of the flamingos. Here you can see their food. These flamingos are not decoration, they are meant to be real. A little flamingo habitat in the middle of the garden where the flamingos are clearly thriving and taking over this pond area. I really like the way that this particular theme came together. It worked better than I imagined. You can see here we come all the way through to the end, and that brings us back to resident services. Now, Marina, I know you're not moving. You love it here. She forgot what she was going to tell me. Well, there we go. That seems appropriate. Well, let's head back up. You can see now I'm all the way back to where we started on the island. The next thing I'm going to show you is the flyover at night, and then we'll do a very fast walking tour through the basic park area at nighttime so you can see all the lights. The flyover at night doesn't look that different than it does during the day, but that's also probably because it doesn't have a lot of the really fancy lighting in it. You'll notice when I land that I really think even on a tropical beach, it's probably colder at night. So I walked my girl inside and got her a hat and put on a jacket so that she wouldn't be quite so cold on the island as we toured at night. Now we're going to go back through the same area. So as we run through the garden here, you'll see the lighting for the Zen area are the green bamboo lanterns. They look amazing at nighttime. I love the color of their light. The lighting for the kiddie area is the street lamps, so they're not quite as unique, but I still love the way that the light shows up on the teacup ride. As we come up to the fantasy area, this is a huge difference. The blue glow of all the items in this area are really different at night, and the moon definitely glows. Even the little stone tablet, the hyacinth lamps. I love the general aura and mood changes quite dramatically in that area. The cottage core area is the regular street lamps. So it has a very peaceful nighttime glow to it with those white street lamps. The ocean area uses the floor lights, and they are very dynamic, an extremely different look to the other lights that I've used in different themes on the island. They really shine upward, so it changes the look of this area quite a bit. I think it definitely makes it look more like an exhibit when you're at night and you can actually see those floor lights as they come upward. I also love seeing the light on the lighthouse. They did a really good job of that object in the game. It's almost a little bit creepy, but kind of creepy in a good way, where you're inspired. The next area here, our Euro Garden, is mostly just lit by the moon, but it also uses the Celeste lamps, and they have a really good yellow glow to them, but they actually don't give off a ton of light. I still love seeing that beautiful gold tone, and it carries that color throughout the area. Here in the butterfly garden, we have the short little white garden lanterns. I think they do a good job of looking precious and cute in here, and they have lights, but not too much. This area is very unique. Look at those cherry blossom lanterns. I had to catch cherry blossoms for a very long time to make all those cherry blossom lanterns, but that pink glow definitely makes this area feel very romantic. Down here in our picnic park, we've got, of course, the fun light with the campfire there and the regular street lamps. Since it's supposed to be a community area, of course it would be very well lit. And then the mermaid area. What did I tell you? Completely transforms. That is because there are 3 different lights down here. The palm tree lamps, the mermaid lamps, and the seashell lamps. But I love the way that they glow. I used all 3 because they really have a lot of different types of light that they give and make the mermaid area my favorite area to walk through at nighttime. The last area is back to our flamingo pond, and it's the regular street lamps. So there are nice little friendly area, but you can still see how lovely it is to have the nighttime perspective. That brings us all the way back to, this is our cafe, marketplace style, and the street lamps in here are green, and I really feel like they reflect and give a very nice small town type of glow. And then all the way back to the beginning, I would like to share a few of my favorite clips with you from the island this month. I hope you found something useful here and that you continue creating in this game. Until next time, have the best Animal Crossing day.